So this is the final video in the series, Winter Home Practice Tips. And I'm not going to say this one is more important than the others, but this one is really, really key if you're to take the skills that you have developed over the winter and apply them to the golf course when it really matters. There's two real parts to training. We have got the development of skills, which we've already covered in the first 4 videos. But we now need to transfer those skills. We need to take them from your home onto the golf course so we can start that process at home. So we've gone through, a lot of things in terms of setup and eye position and grip and, face control and start line and pace and all those things. And they're really, really key to you putting at your best level. But we need on the golf course to have a little bit of flow. We need it to be fairly reactionary. We need to really start to eliminate all the thought processes that we might have had during our practice. So what we've got here is I've got my putt-out cup. I've taken away all the devices that we've used so far. I've got no mirror. I have got the line on the ball because that's something that I do on the golf course. But I really want to try and free up a little bit now. I want to try and just hit some putts and try and make some putts. So I really want to try and pretty much go through my routine, which would be a case of me putting the ball down with the line exactly where I want the ball to go. And then I'm going to take my setup just inside it. If I do have my practice putts, I'm going to do them like this. I'm going to step in. I'm going to go ahead and have another look to confirm. Another one, and then when my eyes come back, I'm going to go and react. Now, trying to develop a routine at home is really key because it means that you can then just take that straight to the golf course. One of the things that's really important, and I like to do this with all my players, is get them to think about, how many looks are you having? I tend to have a couple. I'll tend to, as I walk in and push the putter behind the ball, I'll double check that it feels like I'm aiming in the right place. Then I build my stance. Then I have another look, and when my eyes come back to the ball, as soon as my eyes trace down that line and I look at the ball, I go, pull the trigger. So let me show you that again, a couple of practice strokes. Okay, putter goes in, eyes to the hole, build my stance, eyes to the hole, back, go. And I'm really trying to think a little bit more about how would I apply this to the golf course, and that does feel a little bit to me more like I would do on the golf course. It's actually going to be really quite difficult for you to hit really, really good putts if you spend all of your time at home with a mirror or a gate or something outside the toe and the heel or a device which helps you with your backswing or through swing. That's the training process. That's really important. But if we never implement the transference of those skills, we get on the golf course and it kind of feels a little bit like, where are my stabilizers? Where are those things I had back home? And we don't really feel particularly comfortable. So it's really important that we do finish much of our practice hitting putts a little bit more like we would on the golf course with the routine that we would. And ultimately, we're trying to build that routine so it's the same every time. And we don't have to think about it when we're on the golf course. Now that was a putt there where my routine wasn't quite the same. Now, whether that would be because I was talking to the camera, whether just because I got a little bit sloppy, but that actually did feel a little bit strange, was over the ball. I kind of thought I've maybe had a different amount of looks and it kind of threw me out of my stride a little bit. That's really important because we need to get that out the way here, so on the golf course it becomes a little bit more automatic. Now again, as we've gone through this whole series, I'd love you to track this. Hit some putts. How many do you hole? How many do you miss? Are they missing on the right? Are they missing on the left? What are the patterns that you're seeing? Because those patterns can really help you with your progress. So if you feel like you're missing on one side more than the other, you might go back and do the start line drill. If you feel like the pace is incorrect, you might come back and do the pace drill. Whatever it may be, we really want to try and assess and then work on it. Assess and work on it. And this is exactly how we do it. So this final video is more about transferring those skills to the golf course. Get yourself in game mode. That's really important you do that at home because that's exactly how you need to play on the golf course.